Hi, my name is Christina Shivers. I did Ancestry DNA about 9 months ago, or roughly about a year ago, and I was so excited to get the results back that I didn't really check out the rest of the process and whatever they had other features. So when I did that, I ended up with this woman. I'm not going to say names, I'll respect her privacy. But I did a little bit more digging, and I asked my mother and I asked my grandmother, I'm like, okay, where did this woman come from? Who is she? And I wasn't able to pinpoint her on my mother's side. I'm 30 years old this year. I just turned 30 in August. My mother did not know who he was. In the 80s, apparently some women had fun. My mother was one of them, and I don't put any blame on her. I think that she deserved to live her own life and be herself, whatever choice it was hers. She had no way of pursuing this person. She had no idea who it actually was, and the timelines didn't really match up. She was a high-risk pregnancy when there was a growth or something of that sort in there with me at that time. So when she went to give birth, turns out she carried me for over a year. When she moved away from that area, she didn't even realize she was pregnant until probably about 6 months later. So there was no way for her to backtrack, and unfortunately then we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have any of those means to kind of get a hold of people. So it's kind of interesting, and I never pursued it. We didn't have any leads, we didn't have anything to go off of, and something that I hadn't mentioned before is the person whom she thought it was, she did not consent, and so in my eyes, she kept me at the time, and this is just how I thought of things. She kept me. She chose to nurture and do her best with what she had. I have wonderful siblings, 3 of them. So she did her best, and she wasn't very successful with the next guys. She does have a wonderful husband now, and they've been together for a very long time, and they love each other. She's been through a lot. She did it on her own, and she did her best, and I have nothing but respect for that. Back to the ancestry. That was just a little bit of history. Back to the ancestry. This woman that I found, I noticed that I was related to her and someone and her daughter. It was very clear that that was her daughter, and cousin relations. So my grandmother has done the ancestry, and she's very interested in where we came from and what we've done in our family. So when she did it, I'm obviously a match. She came up at about 1,600 chromosomes, matched across a certain amount of segments. And if you do research on Ancestry, you can see those numbers. Whenever she did that, this person showed up almost the same amount of chromosomes, and I'm like, I wonder if this is a grandmother or who this is. So when I found a little bit more information, I did some detective work on Facebook. I found a picture of this woman, and if I still had my natural blonde hair, which is normally strawberry blonde, I dye it black like my soul. I've just been dyeing it black for so long, and it's just me. It's my style, it's who I am, and I have to dye it on a regular basis to keep this. I also dye my eyebrows, and unless I wear mascara, you cannot see my beautiful long eyelashes that my mother and father gave me. So when I found this woman, I was spitting image from the cheekbone, and this is an older picture. I found a picture of her when she got married, probably in her 20s. She's beautiful, And she had this beautiful picture of her on the Ancestry too. She's gorgeous. And of course I'm going to say that. She's stunning. And I remember looking at this picture and I'm like, whoa, the cheekbones, the jawline, the nose. I was very shocked. I was like, who is this woman? And then I found her daughter online as well with some more detective work. #creeping. And I resemble her a lot as well. And these women are blonde and strawberry blonde. I'm the only blonde in my family. We do have a mixed family. So I'm the only blonde, and I had no idea. And I just started dyeing my hair black when I was probably about 16, 17. And it just kind of stayed that way. It just became me. And I feel most comfortable and myself when I have the black hair. Whenever I immediately, when I realized it wasn't on my mom's side, I started messaging. And it went over in my head so many times. I'm like, who are these people? I'm coming out of nowhere. I've also listened to stories on YouTube and other places as well of these stories of them finding connections and family members that they had no idea who they were or that they even existed. There was no way for them to know that I was here. And like I said, it's been 30 years. I obviously came from somewhere, so I figured it out. I figured out someone was out there, dead or alive, convict, whatever, whoever they were. I knew that they were there, but these people had no idea I even existed. So I started messaging. I sent pictures of my mother. I sent information about, and I did a side-by-side. I did a picture like almost with the same pose as this woman to show them, hey, like I'm here and I look like you and there's something here. There's a connection here. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm really curious. I want to find out. So I went a little bit further. I found out that she had 6 brothers. And we realized real quick she was not a grandparent. There's no way for her to be a grandparent. So I figured out that she was my aunt and that her daughter was my cousin. She didn't have 1 brother. She had 6. So I kind of have been going through this roller coaster in my head of who could this person be? And one of them had passed. And in my heart, I'm like, well, how cool would it be to live on his legacy or for them to have a piece of him still here and not even know it till now? Kind of like a blessing, I guess. But then we realized it wasn't him. Process of elimination, figured out it wasn't a couple of the others. And then I found out later on that it could be a set of twins. I got a hold of one of the twins' wife. She's very kind. She's very, very accepting, and it was very. I was like, why? Why are you so accepting of this? And it was really cool and really neat the way they had planned on doing this ancestry already. So this was apparently on their list, and I kind of expedited that when I said, hey, hi, I'm here. My name is Christina, and I exist, and I guess I could backtrack a little bit. I started adding everybody with her maiden name. Every single person with her, I figured out her maiden name and I added them all. I was like, you know what? It's been 30 years. I've established a life for myself. I have a beautiful daughter, which they could get to know. And what do I have to lose? Really? I'm probably gonna shake up some emotions. I'm probably gonna, freak some people out, but what if it goes right? What if it happens? What if I can have a relationship with my father And the cool thing is, my daughter's spitting image of me, spitting image, attitude, everything. How cool would it be to get to know your daughter that you didn't even know you had after 30 years, and you get the best of both worlds. You get to know who your daughter is as a person, an adult, striving, doing whatever they can to make it in this world. And then you get to know the daughter, which is the time you missed out on, or the granddaughter, which is the time you missed out on. How cool is that? In my head, I'm like, wow, it's can't get any better than that. Even in some of the messages, I was like, hey, I'm here. And by the way, I think we're past child support. I think I made it. We're okay. And yeah, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking to be a part of your family and accept you for who you are and any life you've created since then. And I don't know if I'll even upload this. I don't know if anybody else will even see this. And right now, I'm okay. Right now, my head is clear. I've had coffee. I like coffee. I have not been clear this whole time. I've had a lot of ups and downs with this. I had one of the first panic, I don't know if it was a panic attack or what you would call it. I just laid on the floor and stared at the ceiling for probably 30 minutes or more. And I just calmed myself down and took deep breaths. And what if he doesn't want me? What if they don't accept me? This weekend, I'm supposed to meet some of the brothers. I'm terrified. I'm excited. I've talked to a couple of them on the phone. They've been very kind. Even going into points to actually make a conversation. And it's not just talking about who I am or vice versa. It's just holding a conversation. Something really cool is they're all into cars. I have been obsessed with cars since I was a little girl, and I never did drugs. I never drank until I met my husband. He brought out a little bit more of a wild side in me, and when I would go out, I would go to car shows, and I would go to races, and some of the best memories I have of us dating when we were younger was going to car shows and the funny car races. And like, I remember how the rumble and the noise would just shake your whole body, and I just felt so alive, and I just loved every second of it. I ended up in the automotive industry. I ended up being a service advisor and working in a shop, and my husband's a technician, and he's very good at what he does. So it's kind of cool that it had to have come from him. My mom, she likes cars. She's good at cars too, but that passion was different. And I found out every single one of them are into cars, or in dealerships, or motorcycles, or fixing up things and working with their hands. And something that I love so much about my husband is how creative he is and how good he is at working with his hands. We started a business this year, and it turns out our dads have the same name. And the other cool thing is my dad is good at building things with wood, and I have a feeling they're gonna like my husband more than me. And I'm okay with that because he's pretty awesome. I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know if I should even send this. There's a lot more details. There's a lot more cool things. Like, my best friend was living in Arlington, and I was, apparently, when I went to go visit her in college, I was a street away from my mom's old apartment in that area. A block away. I don't think that God would have put me in this position or let me find these things, or whatever reason I even did the DNA test. I didn't have a reason. Something told me to buy it. I did. I did it. I got results, and I was like, holy crap. I'm European, I'm German, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Jewish, holy crap, this is so cool. And then, wait, what is this? You know, I never had expected anybody else to do it. I never expected to find anybody. And now I have all these uncles. I have this aunt that I completely resemble, and she's beautiful. I have a dad. Whether or not he wants to be part of my life, who knows? It's a lot to take in. He knows I'm here. He has a beautiful daughter with his wife. He just had a granddaughter. I wouldn't step in between that. And if they want to go about their life and do what they want to do, that's fine. But I'm here. And I made it 30 years. There's been a void. I like older men. Turns out my husband wasn't older, he just looked older. Maybe daddy issues. Sorry about that. My daughter's awesome. And she's only 7. I'm 30. And it's not too late. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. That's if I upload this at all, because it's pretty raw, and I guess you could say it's also intimate. The cool thing is I look like them. They're twins. Of course, my mom couldn't have picked anyone, not a twin. I've already given her crap about that too. But I look like them. Anything I could have imagined a dad to look like from the dad shoes to the NASCAR shirts to he's got a beautiful wife. It's pretty cool. It's everything I'd been missing. I need to say that my stepdad is awesome. He's been there for a very long time, and he loves my mother. Absolutely loves. And he's a great person too. And this does not have anything to do with him not being there or anything like that. This is just, it's different. And it's not being ungrateful either. It's just everyone, it's just the want to know and having the chance for the relationship. And this is a 19-minute video. Wow. I didn't even think I could talk about this for 20 minutes. You know who you are. Because I'm going to post this, I think. I'm still debating. You know who you are. And I hope you can respect the fact that I'm here and I have nothing but love and respect for the family that you have. And I really hope that, I just hope I can be part of it. And I really want you to be part of her life. If not for me, I'm okay. I've gone far enough, and I have an awesome, supportive husband. He's amazing. But she deserves you. And it's not too late. And please don't resent me for this video.